Hi.
Hello.
I don't know if this is working yet. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's working. Also, we should mute that tab, or else it's gonna have really bad echo, isn't it? It's working. We haven't done a stream in a while, so some getting used to it again, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little different. We don't have a ton of stuff to open this time either, so we're gonna have to come up with more stuff to talk about.
We have one stuff to open.
We have one stuff to open. We don't have a bunch of stuff to open. So, yeah. Where do we want to go from here? This is the problem with streaming is you can't edit it. It's just if all goes to crap, then you just have to delete it, like that one time that we don't talk about. Hopefully that won't happen this time, because no one likes it when a video gets deleted. So I don't have my water bottle. I just have that. Should I do a shameless plug like I did for the High Chews? Even though I'm not sponsored. Liquid Death sparkling water is really good. You should try it. Non-alcoholic, even though it looks like it is. Causes some confusion initially with some people, but it's very good. You should try it. Anyway, we have the subject of the video ones. I think my top 3, one in no particular order except Infinity War is the best one. So yeah, and Loki is my favorite character. Didn't used to be. The story behind Loki being the channel mascot is not that, oh, Loki's my favorite character, I'll make him the channel mascot. It was, oh, the channel's theming is green. So what's like a character that's green, or whose outfit is green, or whatever? And so a character whose theming kind of fit with the green color was Loki. So I was like, hey, I like Loki, so we'll go with that. And then he just like became me, I guess. Like across most platforms I'm on, I just use Loki as my profile picture. And we've got the Psycho Emerald logo now is like Loki's helmet, and I think it's really awesome. My uncle made it for me. You should get him to make you some stuff for your channel. That could be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Have you thought about it?
With the eyes.
I was thinking like
with the eyes or the hat. That's the main thing.
The glasses. You could have like an outline of the glasses and like the fedora hat. I think that could make a really cool logo.
But you think it should be the fedora hat and the eyes then? Because that's the main thing.
Glasses,
that's the main reason I not the glasses. I mean like I've got the Andalite eyes on my profile picture.
I didn't know you wanted that to be like a specific theme of your
channel. I don't know if I do yet. That's why I haven't started theming it. It's also why I haven't taken down the Pixar lamp yet, because I actually haven't decided whether or not I want my Pixar theory to be on the channel. It's something that we've talked a lot about. Mine is absolutely nothing like the Pixar theory. So
to make sure you're more on the shot here.
So I don't really know what people would think of it. I don't even really know what I think of it, because there are some times where I'll be like, and this like seems like definite proof, but I'm like, no, I don't want it to be a conspiracy theory, because so much of it is so far out there.
That's the downfall of the interconnected Pixar theory, is that every time you try to like solidify it, it doesn't really make sense, because they're not. The more you try to study it, the less merit it has.
Right. So it's like I've got a story that doesn't really it doesn't seem at all like it could possibly have been what they were thinking of, but then there are pieces of it where I'm just like that just fits so perfectly. I came up with this idea before this released, and now this just seems to be proving everything, but I don't want to go down that path, because it's like, because it, like, again, it's just so far out there.
Right. But so, yeah, I think
I did take down the watermark. That my watermark used to be a Pixar ball.
It was a Luxa ball.
Luxa ball, yeah. So I did take that down.
Live streams, unedited sneezing. But yeah, I think making it too heavy on the Pixar would kind of be limiting yourself. But I think if you got Rob to make you some cool like channel branding with kind of your themes and stuff, like your like navy blue and gold kind of your colors. I don't know. Just an idea. All of a sudden we have 4 viewers. Hi everyone. We're just chilling. We're gonna open up the Loki from Infinity War. Sup, Zoo Boy showing up. Oh, I got Last of Us, by the way, Zoo Boy. Well, Paul got it, our younger brother. He's been wanting to get it. He got it for our PS5. He got the PS4 version though, because it was like $10. So we're probably gonna play that later tonight together. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'll let you know what I think after we play it. But yeah, good to see you. And Loki is in the hand, and we're probably gonna open it now or tomorrow. Tomorrow again now. So I hear a lot of people, like, when I watch Whoosh reviews of like MAFEX stuff, he's always like, dollar store packaging is kind of how he.
Is it MAFEX or
talks about it.
MAFEX? Or is it just by preference?
That's an excellent question. That's another clip we need to add. Is the Meet the Robinsons. That is an excellent question, because I feel like we quote that a lot. We don't even watch that.
Is an excellent question.
Yeah. But yeah, this Loki figure looks really cool. It's my first MAFEX figure, so I thought it'd be cool to unbox it, especially since it is Loki. And if we look at the packaging real quick for all you packaging people, if you're interested, here's the top, says Infinity War on the top. The bottom got a bunch of legal stuff. And you got the window, of course, where you could see the figure and its accessories. Zuboy says MAFEX. I say MAFEX as well. I feel like most people say MAFEX. I think I've heard a few people say MAFEX. I think it's an ongoing debate in the figure community whether or not it's MAFEX or MAFEX. Should we address this now, or
I've seen season 2. I watched all of it like day of.
I think that's incriminating enough. You saying that you've seen it, me. No comment. I promise I'm a real fan. So on the back of the plastic tray here, we got a flight stand in multiple pieces, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And it's interesting the way they have it packaged. It's just in this plastic bag, and each piece has like its own section of the plastic bag. But yeah, and we got him in the tray there. You can see all his stuff that he comes with. See, boy, laughing at my expense. I can tell. But yeah, we can pop this open. I know sometimes when I've opened like SH Figure Arts in the past, the accessories have gone flying. So got to be extra careful. Speaking of SH Figure Arts, I have a new SH Figure Arts. I don't usually get those. I think I've owned 2. Yeah. And you have a few.
Yeah, and he broke one and gave it to me, and then I proceeded to break it. So
again, so both his hands are broken.
I haven't decided which hand I want to use from this point forward.
Yeah. The broken one or the broken one?
Well, no, I mean like
that's what I mean.
Right.
Do you pick the broken one or do you pick the broken one?
No, I mean like I haven't decided whether I should like for the hand that I just broke. Like he's currently standing like this on the shelf.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was after my latest video, so I don't think it's like that.
Oh, speaking of videos. Sam videos. Subscribe to Sam.
But
Links
yeah, I posed him with his arm behind his back.
Yeah.
And he's just waving.
Yeah.
Nothing weird here.
Nothing weird going on here, just hiding the hand. Speaking of which, we got some open hands. Waving hands. And we got the daggers, which we can get out of here. Hands! Not hands, Hank. There is a large amount of tape on this. Usually it's just like one strip of tape on things, and you just kind of have to take that off, and then you can pop them out. But this has one very large rectangular piece of tape here. With all his daggers. So he has 2 smaller ones.
These look more like Ragnarok style.
Yeah. It's like I'm not like here.
I think he used one of these. But I think he used one of the bigger ones in Infinity War.
These are actually legitimately sharp.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, I think this was.
Here, we'll see if Zuboy can tell us.
I think these blue ones are from Ragnarok.
I don't know if he's that detail oriented when it comes to MCU, but he might be able to tell us. So we have some smaller daggers here with the light blue handle, and then we have the larger ones with the dark handle. Do you know like which movies these go to? I don't know if you're a big MCU guy. I actually don't.
I'm just saying, like I think the like it just looks like Ragnarok style, and I think I remember them.
Yeah, they're all just daggers to me.
Yeah.
He has a soft cape, which I didn't know. Somehow I did not know that. We're off to a good start. Okay. Green's Infinity War, blue is Ragnarok, so Sam's probably right. So we don't talk about it that much, Suboy, I noticed, but are you a big MCU guy? I can't remember if we've ever like really discussed the MCU like in depth. Because I know we do a lot of other stuff. Like we talk about Star Wars and Uncharted and How to Train Your Dragon, all that kind of stuff. But we haven't talked as much about MCU stuff, so I don't know like what your stance is on the MCU. Like, what's your favorite MCU movie? We just discussed that a little while ago before you came in here. Ooh, the articulation feels so smooth on this. That is nice. This decapitated Loki. He has a wired, soft cape. The cape feels really bad. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like really thin. It's like see-through. And it's like coarse and rough and irritating. So, but luckily it stays in one place. So,
is this just a stand for the hand, or is that how it fits into the figure?
So we can look at our boy Loki there. Can't really see it super well on the camera, but he's got a good smirking head. And he also has this one, which is only slightly terrifying. It looks more terrifying when you can't see all the features properly, even. Sam checking his phone during stream. Why do I even invite you to these? Just kidding. So yeah, I've been wanting this Loki for a while. He went on sale. I think it was like the Cyber Monday sale on Big Bad Toy Store. It was like $68.99 or something like that, which I thought was a pretty good deal. So I thought, it's about time I get that Loki. Because I didn't have like just a Loki in like, the black and green outfit, which is like my favorite style for Loki. And probably Ragnarok and Infinity War are my favorite. I think Ragnarok, his outfit's a little more blue though. Do you remember? Maybe that's why what the blue daggers go with is the more blue outfit in Ragnarok. Phase 1's kind of overrated. Phase 2 is all right. Phase 3 is awesome. Phase 4 more than most. Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. All right. Yeah, those are all good choice. Yeah, I think my favorites are
She-Hulk. I didn't actually watch that. I
didn't even.
I watched the Daredevil clip on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I saw that as well, but we're not even Daredevil fans. It just piqued our interest. It's like, oh, Daredevil's in there?
Yeah.
We're those people now. Don't even watch the show. It's just like, oh, Daredevil? I haven't seen his show either.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I got mad at them for, showing, they basically spoil all their shows on their channel. And, why would you put that on there?
Yeah, like when Hawkeye was coming out,
yeah.
like the day after the finale, or no, it was the day after Yelena showed up in the show. They posted like the clip of her showing up. And it was like, what? And I hadn't seen it yet. I was like, come on. I mean, we knew she was going to show up, but.
Yep. And then we go and watch the Daredevil clip.
Yeah, and we support that, basically, but whatever. Big fan of the MCU, DC over Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge comic guy. I don't think either of us are. Also, you're kind of out of the shot.
Whoops.
Stop being so excited. You're standing up.
Yeah, I watched so of the DC movies, I've seen Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Batman. And I'm trying to think if I've actually seen other actual DC movies. Well, going way back, I saw 89 Batman.
That's a great one. Speaking of 89 Batman. I mean, I think it's a pretty bad movie, but stylistically it looks great and the music's great. But I want to, first of all, I don't know if I've ever showed this guy off. Mezco 1989 Batman. Freaking incredible. Doesn't pose very well. But yeah, he's got all seamless joints, just fantastic accuracy to the movie. Highly recommend picking that up if you're a fan of the movie. And
I've read more DC comics. Maybe I at least read.
Yeah, I've read quite a few Batman comics
Yeah.
casually here and there.
Yeah,
I
because I
bought-
read the Hush one that you got from the library, and
I have the full
the full
collected
one
edition
now?
of everything now. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
the whole storyline. It's pretty good. The plot is kind of like non-existent at times, but I'd say overall, like the artwork is really the big draw to it. It's pretty amazing. Big fan of Zack Snyder's Justice League Dark Knight. I do like Pattinson as Batman. I also have not seen Dark Knight trilogy, and I guess I'm not a real Batman fan. But like Batman's my favorite, probably superhero of all time. But I've just never really been interested in seeing the Dark Knight. I don't know. I've seen clips from it, and it's never. Look, I'm gonna be that guy. It's a bad movie because I've seen clips of it on the internet and memes, so it's bad. But no, I haven't really been interested in watching those yet because for whatever reason they just haven't really piqued my interest as much. I don't know what to say. Gotta watch. Yeah, here's my hot take. I have never seen a Christian Bale movie, but I hate him because I see his face everywhere.
Okay, I thought it might just be because I haven't watched Christian Bale movies either, but
Do you even know who
wasn't he? I mean, wasn't he Gore?
He was. Okay, I haven't seen a Christian Bale movie, and he was great. He was great as Gore the God Butcher. I forgot that he played him, but I just hate seeing his face everywhere on all these stupid like American Psycho, like Patrick Bateman memes. They just drive me nuts. So I've never been like, oh, I want to see that guy as Batman, but I'm sure it's great. I'm not trying to be a hater. That's just me. Yes, about to say that. Yes, he was Gore, and he was great. He was the best part of that movie. Gore the God Butcher. I thought that was pretty great.
I think it's just the I'm gonna say Taika Waititi was the wrong one to direct that movie.
Yeah,
like
probably.
He worked for Thor Ragnarok, but with
I think
Gore the God Butcher, you don't want that style of a movie. It's one thing to sort of contrast like Gore's darkness with wild colors, but the whole tone of the movie was the main issue. It was
I agree. Like it was kind of all over the place, and it didn't really flow very well either. In the movie. But I thought visually it was really fun, like all the action sequences where they're like cutting up all the monsters and like the like golden blood guys. It's pretty amazing. I thought visually it was a very fun movie. Sam's spitting fire. This is why Sam has his own channel. I've been telling him. And both of his videos he's made on there are really, really great so far. If the music was quieter, they'd be better. But I've just got to criticize him because I'm his brother.
Yeah.
And I'm also in the comments section. So that's also just my obligatory job is to tell everyone what they're doing wrong if I'm in a comment section. So, yeah. But I'm also his brother and in a comment section. So it's double for me. Yeah, I'm trying to pose Loki around here. And the articulation is like super smooth. The only problem I've had so far is this arm likes falling off, but at least it's not broken. Like the figure I was about to talk about before we got more distracted. But when is Sam making an Animorphs video?
Right.
Oh, he was expecting this question.
All right, that's I'm not sure because the Spidey video, I'm planning on making another one.
Mm-hmm.
I can make the Animorphs video next. I was gonna wait until after that.
Prepared?
I haven't written it, but I've been thinking about the topic since before I even thought about making a channel. So yeah, that's definitely, and yeah, it's also my profile picture is me morphing. So
yeah, into an Animorph.
So that's
I also wanted to show the only Animorphs book I still own to Zooboy here, since I know he's a fan. I used to love this book. I tried rereading it recently. It didn't hold up as well, but the artwork is fantastic on this hardcover copy. I don't even remember where we found this. I think we found it at a thrift store, but it's like in really good condition. It's just really nice hardcover.
I'd say this one would work, like without the prologue and epilogue, would work as a standalone.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
It doesn't need any of the other books.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because it's a prequel to all of them.
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot music. Should we put on music?
Except for Elmas Chronicles, which I was actually I was unfortunately disappointed with that one. Mostly by Krayak, because there were two characters before him that, even though looking back on it, those two characters wouldn't fit into the rest of the series, but we already know about him. Uh, Ben's just he doesn't know any of this.
I don't know. I'm just letting you take it.
Yeah.
Mason have a heart. Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
cool piece to have. That's why I've kept it around. I used to have a bunch more. He has every single copy of not every single copy of every Animorphs book.
Yeah, but
You'd
I
have
have
to be a
a
billionaire.
copy of all of them
Right.
except for the graphic novels, and the second Alternamorphs. By the way, the first graphic novel, what I really liked about it was actually that it took the developed personalities, not necessarily developed, but like the personalities that you get to know through the rest of the series, and it wasn't just a one-to-one comic book of the book. It took all of that. Like the first few books are kind of this awkward stage where they don't really know everything about who the characters are, sort of like how the MCU started out, where I still like the old books, but I can see that they're a little bit clunky, and all of that is taken away in the first graphic novel. It feels like the same characters, but how they would be in that first book. And it also takes away the main problem that I have with the series, and the fact that they seem too old right off the bat. They're supposed to seem like they are young, and then they get aged by the war, and that's what it seems like the graphic novel did. And I really think that's all to do with hindsight. Not
I've
that
never
there
read the
was
graphic novel.
Yeah.
I wonder if have you read the Animorphs graphic novel? It's just the first book, right? Or did they do the second one?
They did the second one. I don't think they did the third. I would not expect them to do all of them in that format.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the art style is great.
There
I never once thought reading that they messed up this character or whatever. It's like, that's not how that should look.
Right.
It's like sometimes I was a little bit surprised because I hadn't really imagined a certain spaceship the same way, but there is 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't read the second, but I've seen that they have it. Okay, cool.
Did you buy the first one?
I didn't. I got it from the library.
Oh, okay, so you don't own every
Animorphs
book then?
No,
but
I
in
don't.
the main series you do.
Yeah, in the main series I do.
And all the spin-offs.
Right. Yep. Let's see. I don't know. I was gonna try to say what my favorite one was, but I do not pick favorites very easily, which is why I do tier lists.
Right.
And I haven't had the Animorphs tier list for as long, so it's not as rock solid, even though I've read them all a million times.
Right.
That one's still in flux when I go through it. I'm like, oh, what's that one doing?
Yeah, I remember being so surprised when Zooboy asked me about Animorphs that one time. I was just like, wait, someone else likes this other than Sam? I just assume. One final question. Favorite character?
Aximili. For sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'd say Tobias as well, from what I remember. It's been a while, but I like him.
Tobias is high up there as well. I like Aximili because he I've never seen a deadpan character and a comedic character put together the way that Aximili is. But it's I don't know, maybe for some people it's jarring for him to go into human morph and seem completely different, but he doesn't really seem completely different to me. It's so, and also his whole arc is mostly, I think, seen in how he tells the stories. in how the books are written, not necessarily, and it is to do with what he's going through, but
Yeah.
it is to do with what he's going through, but it's like who he's directing it at, and for the sake of not everyone's read the books, I'm not gonna go into detail about that on a stream that's not even about Animorphs.
Right. But it is about this.
Right.
To try to bring the stream back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good little Animorphs sidetrack there. Which is cool, since like you guys are like the only two people I know who like Animorphs. Well, remember we were watching Super Carlin Brothers at one point? Or we were listening to was it in one of their podcasts or was it in one of their videos that he started talking about Animorphs?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Corridor Crew also did an Animorphs episode.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's weird because it just kind of pops up every once in a while, you know?
Right.
Like, it's not like this pop culture icon that's like everywhere all the time, you know, like Star Wars or even like Star Trek. I feel like you see Star Trek all the time. It's a little bit, you know, it's a lot less well known. I don't have any Marvel Legends Lokis except one from, I have two from season 1 of the Loki series. So I've got this one to compare with them. So we've got the, what would you call this one? The Void version of him?
Yeah.
Without the jacket, which is like the definitive look. They should have given this a single release, I think. Since this is like the main like look that he had for like half the series. It was the most action-oriented look. But yeah, he comes with a flame sword. It's my favorite Marvel Legends Loki, so I thought I'd bring that over here. Even though I only have 2 Marvel Legends Lokis, but yeah, I don't have any of the other ones. So yeah, I don't know how similar
you also
this
have
is to the
a
other ones.
Sylvian classic Loki.
Right, but those aren't Tom Hiddleston
Right.
Lokis, so that was the main point I was wanting to make there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also wanted to see how this guy might scale with Marvel Legends, and it's not too bad. Like, here, he's hunched over a little bit here because I wanted it to look like he was kind of like stepping or something. But if we have those two, their feet are even right now. If you want to take... yeah. So yeah, he's a bit shorter, but I feel like you could definitely put this into your Marvel Legends display if you got it. Forgot he had the cape. Well, I didn't forget it was there, but I just didn't set it there correctly, and then yeah. Anyway, no one could see that, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, if we want to get a better look, it does have like some really great paint detail on the outfit, and it's really well sculpted, and it's very matte. It's not like shiny like some Hasbro figures are and stuff. Which likeness is better? Definitely this one. I think this one's definitely better. But they're both good. Like, I've always been really impressed with the Marvel Legends Loki likenesses. But I do think the MAFEX one is better. It's just hard because, you know, like, our camera doesn't pick it up too well. I'm going to do that. Even then, I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, it's not working.
But you can look up pictures. That's why you come here to this video review thing. For us to tell you, go look up pictures if you want to know about the figure. You're not here for us to tell you about it. But yeah, it is a good likeness. Except for this. This is quite the face. I like it better that they can't see that one. It makes it more terrifying than it already is. How much was it? I got this guy for $68.99 when he was on sale on Big Bad Toy Store. Right now, he's back up to like $80. Usually he was like $105, so I've been waiting for this to go on sale before I grabbed it. So it was like the Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale or something. And he went down to like $68.99, so I grabbed it. And I think it was worth grabbing for that much. It wasn't as good of a deal as another thing I wanted to talk about, so we can quickly sidetrack from Loki here. We grab him. This thing.
Careful.
Luckily, he's not attached to his stand.
Oh, I thought he was, which is why I said careful.
This thing might be my favorite figure just ever. Honestly. I haven't said that to anyone yet. This is probably my favorite action figure I've ever owned. This is the Beast Kingdom Dynamic Action Heroes Jack Nicholson Joker. The articulation is excellent. The suit tailoring and stuff is amazing. He comes with like a fedora, like, it's not really a fedora, but like a felt hat. It's actually made of felt and it fits like perfectly on his head. Comes with 2 different head sculpts, both of which have great likeness and great like expression on them. This is my favorite one though, with open mouth, like laugh. He comes with 2 pistols. This one's like the longer one, so you can have like when he's like shooting down the bat wing, or you can even attach like the little like flag that says bang on it, so it's like the trick pistol. It's just so much fun. I've had so much fun playing with this thing. He's big, so he doesn't really scale with anything else. He's like halfway between 12th scale and 1/6, so he's like basically a miniature Hot Toys essentially.
Yeah, I remember, like, you hadn't actually told me, I don't think, and maybe you hadn't, I just forgot. You hadn't, but I didn't remember you telling me you were getting that Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said you got a Joker, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then you were talking about how his joints were under, like,
A bunch of clothing.
Yeah,
because I broke his arm.
Like, you...
Yeah.
Like,
I fixed it though, but it broke.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, I mean, I do think it's interesting when they have like actual like layers of clothing and not just sculpted.
For sure. I think that makes them look so much more like real and just really brings them to life. I didn't know how much I would enjoy it until I had one of these kind of figures in person. Which this really tempts me to get into 6 scale stuff now. More than I already was. But yeah, this is probably my favorite figure I've ever owned. I did break him when I first got him, because I was trying to move this joint. This whole arm here was like, the rest of the figure is like super good. It's like the articulation moves super well and like super smooth and everything's fine. No breakage issues on anything else. But this arm, like all the joints on it, his right arm, were like super stiff. So I broke the bicep joint.
That's
Luckily, it was
probably
that
just
one,
your figure, right?
Yeah,
That's...
probably just mine. But yeah, I'd definitely be careful with it. But yeah, that arm, it did break, but luckily it was just the bicep swivel, which isn't like the most important point of articulation, in my opinion, at least. So it's still able to be used. I just have to be careful with that arm. But yeah, if you guys don't have this, it's like $120 or something like that. Absolutely worth it. I got it for $60. I waited for it to go on sale because I wasn't sure if it would be worth it. This thing is absolutely worth $120. Especially if you're a Batman 89 Jack Nicholson Joker fan. Buy it. Do yourself a favor. Worth the money. That's why he's the centerpiece of my DC shelf here. Hopefully he doesn't fall and break his arm again. But yeah, anyway, back to Loki. So yeah, this wasn't as good of a deal as that, but it was still a good deal to get it for like $68 or whatever. Because I've been wanting it anyway. Let's see, McFarlane. Yeah, I didn't know that. Maybe that's why it was so expensive, like the $129 price point. I think for what it is, that's a good deal, considering that like a Hot Toys, it's pretty much, I would imagine it's close to Hot Toys quality. And it's like $120 retail. But yeah. And Jack Nicholson, he was in like a horror film, right? Like a Stephen King, like The Shining, I think it was. So I bet like, if it's hard to get his likeness, I don't think I've ever seen a figure of him as that character. It probably exists somewhere, but I haven't seen it. But that's interesting that Jack Nicholson would charge so much to get his likeness on a figure. But yeah, it's really hard to get back to Loki when I just started talking about that Joker figure I love so much. But yeah, this Loki is pretty cool so far.
The details are pretty cool on the outfit. I mean, it's
for sure,
it is a simple outfit, but
it has like little gold paint on his boots too, and he's got like the chest plate and the shoulders. Looks really nice. A little gold trim on his arms, even.
Yeah, I mean, like with such a simple outfit, like I can see temptation to not put so much work into it.
Right. Well, that's kind of what's so.
But that's what
cool
figures. That's what these companies do. They.
Well, you don't realize how much effort goes into making something like simplistic. You know.
Yeah.
That's why like the most praised Spider-Man costumes are the ones that manage to nail the simplistic design the best. Big Loki fan. Do have a Loki shrine? I don't have a Loki Funko actually. I feel weird about not having one now that you mentioned that. I'm gonna have to go buy one. But no, I don't have a Loki shrine, but I'd say like the Loki section of my MCU display is the largest. So I have like like 7 figures from the Loki
Yeah,
series.
So let me see if I can remember without looking there again. So, Loki, classic Loki, Sylvie, Mobius. Do you have anyone else? Because that's 5. Do you have?
I do. He's remained there for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, you do have He Who Remains. That's right.
do.
I actually, oh yeah, it was on the live stream. It was on the other live stream where I posed the Conqueror and He Who Remains.
Oh yeah. That was one of our other live streams. We've had several
Right.
now, which
Yeah.
is weird.
It wasn't the last one?
No,
Oh yeah, I guess not.
because it was the first one.
Ah.
Because that was the one where I got Kang for the first time. The
Yeah.
Kang figure, which is a great figure, by the way. I don't play with it as much, but yeah, I hope so too. Because I've definitely seen that season of the show. It was so good. I love the part where Loki said the Loki thing, whatever that was. It was really great. 'Cause I'm definitely a big Loki fan. Should we watch the Loki show after this? I mean, rewatch the Loki show since I've already seen it.
You did bring figures for size comparison.
I did.
You don't want to do
but
that?
not yet,
Okay.
because I still haven't gotten through all the accessories. You bumped the table.
Oh.
How could you do this? This is outrageous, unfair. I just realized how much I slouch over when I sit in the chair. Every time I'm on one of these streams, I realize. There's.
Yeah, sort of
Tesseract.
disappointing.
Yeah, it's way too transparent.
Like this looks like something that you would find. Like I almost did this. We have a pandemic game where like it would be a little too small, but I was thinking like you could use that for the Tesseract.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of what this looks like. This looks like you found it in like a board game or something, and then you're like, it could be a Tesseract.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did, and it looked better than this.
It did.
Yeah, remember from like pandemic or something?
Right. Okay, so you actually did.
I did. I didn't ever use it. I tried, but it looked better than this did. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
So
because
I drink
this is
carbonated
too
beverages.
light and it's too transparent.
But regardless, I still want to put it in its hand. Also, I don't like the way the daggers go into the hand. Between that Tesseract and the roleplay one. Oh, I think they're pretty similar in size, actually. So here's the 1-to-1 scale versus this. If you wanted to, you could probably just give this one to your MAFEX Loki. It might work. They're pretty close in size, so.
What I would like to do, if it were possible, is to pose a Loki kind of running with that. Like you'd have to do like some camera work with it, obviously. Like and
What?
Obviously he wouldn't be able to actually hold it up.
Right.
But like if you got it supported somehow and made it look like he was getting a call from Dad.
Oh,
You can take it from here.
Okay.
While I take the call.
it's awkward. I mean, we told Dad we'd be streaming,
Yeah.
so I don't know why he'd be calling, but all right. I gotta hold it down. Here I am on the stream. So I was gonna put the Tesseract into the hand. It just kind of rests. I was hoping, since this was like specifically sculpted to hold the Tesseract, that it would like snap into place, but it doesn't. You can hear them. You can hear them. It's gonna dox us. Hey Sam, don't say our address on the phone. Oh wait, Zooboy already knows our address. Never mind. As long as Zooboy's the only one here, we're probably fine. So yeah, the Tesseract doesn't like snap into his hand. But it does rest in it fairly well. I'm sure if you got him onto display and just carefully set that in their hand, probably have a good little display with Loki with the Tesseract. All right, we'll see you later then, Zooboy. Zooboy said he's leaving because you weren't there. He said, if Sam's not here, I'm not even interested. So he left. No, he's going to dinner. But he will be back once he's done. So yeah, I'm going to move this guy back over here. Oh, Jesper woke up. Hello. He was kind of like running in his sleep. You know how dogs do. They kind of run in their sleep. But yeah, I am never going to use this freaky smiling head. And yeah, we examined the way the Tesseract fits into his hand, and it doesn't really. I mean, it rests there, but it doesn't snap in or anything like that.
Okay.
So it would have to be kind of like set in there once you've already got it posed up and stuff, which is okay. So, wonder why he has these open palmed hands. I'm trying to think of a situation where Loki would. Ooh, I've got an idea. Let me get this figured out. So, I like how all the hands kind of come on this little like tree thing, I guess. So you can have all the hands paired up so you don't lose them, which is good. Losing them is not good, but not losing them is good. The English language makes sense, trust me.
I think I know what you're doing.
Don't spoil it.
I just said I think I know what you're doing.
Well, you can't say that. That might be spoiling it. Guys, spoilers! Alright, so we're going to pop the other hand on here. The hands pop on and off really nicely. I was nervous it would feel very fragile and like breakable, but luckily it does. Oh, that falls off. But it doesn't break like it did on Joker. So that's good. I also don't want him to look like a dumb action figure. I want him to look like Loki in this pose. It's just kind of hard to do when the arm doesn't stay attached. So this arm likes to pop out pretty much every time I move it, so that's too bad.
What if you pose the joint the way you think it would work, and then put the arm on? If you...
Also, his shoulder armor kind of gets in. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I got that one in.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, now I gotta pose this goofy cape. Which I do love wired capes. I also forgot to mention that on the Joker. He has a wired, both the trench coat and just the regular, like, blue jacket. Blue? Purple. I'm not Mike Case. I promise I'm not colorblind. Purple jacket. They both have wires in them, so you can kind of pose them, which is cool. I always love wired capes and cloaks and coats and stuff like that. Your savior is here. There's that. I didn't totally perfect it, but you can see what I'm going for.
Okay, if you're doing that poses.
I tried, bro.
Back.
I tried.
Or
that's as far back as his head goes. He has hair in him. He's not bald. Yet. Wait, does he get bald in Loki season 2? I'm exposing the fact that I haven't seen it. He doesn't shave his head, does he? He shaves his head?
Well, you don't want me to say anything, so I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh.
So what am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
When you ask a yes or no question, or make a yes or no statement that forces me
make
to
a yes or no statement. That would just be saying yes or no.
I don't know. It's a yes or no question. Wait, you didn't ask a question, so it's
make a yes or no statement. Yeah, his head can't tilt up any further than that, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty good. Yes, very fun to pose. I enjoy this, except for the arm popping out thing. But, like, the articulation's very smooth. He's very posable. And very well detailed. I really am enjoying this. I feel like we've kind of looked at everything now. Not every pair of hands, but we've looked at some of them, and they all look the same. Apart from them, being posed different. Like there's the relaxed hands, there's the other hands, and then there's the fist hands, and then there's the hands that hold the daggers. So we have a lot of hands. Hands. It's very fun. I do enjoy the wired cape, even though it's very thin. It's not very well made. You could see me through it, probably.
Yeah.
But I always enjoy having a wired cape. I wish that Hasbro would do that more often, but it's understandable why they don't, because they don't really have the budget for that. But it would be cool if they could. That's why I enjoy getting these higher end figures every once in a while, just to enjoy the wired capes. The SH Figuarts Batman, another notable recent acquisition here. Very cool. Also has a wired cape. But yeah, very cool. Kind of fiddly when it comes to like swapping out pieces, but overall, I enjoy having him up on display there. And he does have the wired cape, which I really enjoy as well. So, wired capes. We should just rename the stream talking about wired capes and Animorphs. And drinking death. But death is good for you. This kind of death, at least. It's better for you than other kinds of death that
Liquid
you can drink.
death is better.
Right. I don't know how you fit all that death into water, but maybe they should call it Liquid Life. Maybe that'll be like their offshoot. Offshoot brand is a Liquid Life, and it'll be well, since this is like the healthy version of like a soda or sparkling water or something, they would just make one that's just full of high fructose corn syrup and just full of sugar, and they would call it Liquid Life. And then you'd drink that, and it would be really bad for you, but it would say life on it, so you would assume that it would be better for you, but it's not. Oh, did you want to show off your Gundam?
Oh,
I forgot about it.
right. So I put this together. Yeah, it's pretty big.
Pretty cool.
It's not really any point to showing inside the cockpit, but because
it's the camera's not really gonna pick it up, but he does have a little like pilot in there.
Yeah, and this hand keeps falling off in one of its claws, which is why it's posed up. And inside there's an eye. So if you take all of the outside pieces off, which according to the box they actually recommend posing it with the outside pieces taken off. I guess that's a display option.
Or maybe they just want you to pose it that way, and then you put the pieces back on once it's posed. Or is it...
No, it's better to pose it with all the pieces on that you want to be on, because they do fit around the joints. So it's better to have it all already assembled the way you want it to. But basically, the eye, you do have to take it all off in order to move the eye. And I was actually concerned that you might have to take the outside off to open that hatch, but no, you just you need a toothpick.
Yeah.
Also, he's got articulation this way and 2 swivels at the waist, so that's pretty cool. Every single one of the segments in the legs, those move.
Like every single one of those segments?
Every single one of these segments.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, and then we've got, it's really, really posable for something so bulky.
Yeah.
As long as you've put it together right.
Yeah.
Which I did not put the hand together right, so it's it's finicky. I did not put all the stickers on. The ones I did put on barely stay on because I don't know how to do these stickers.
Yeah.
They're like, some of them I couldn't even figure out how to get off. I would I'd say, like, and I don't even know what Gundam is. Sorry.
I think it's mostly just the models.
Right.
I think
It's
there
mostly,
are like
it's just models.
there's probably comics and shows and stuff that go with
Okay,
it, but I think
but-
the main thing that made it popular is the models.
But in any case, like, I didn't put on all the decals mostly because I don't even know if it is based on anything, and if it is, I don't know what it is, so it doesn't matter that much to me. But yeah, the decals on these are very hard to put on unless you've done it a lot, I assume.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about that. Well,
I'm just trying to pose him into a neutral pose. I gave him the relaxed hands, and I'm really enjoying the articulation on this. It's super smooth. I'll let you pose it probably in a bit once I start talking about some of my
Okay.
other recent acquisitions. But yeah, the articulation is like super smooth and super. What's another good word for posable?
posable.
But you can't say the articulation is superposable because the
Oh, yeah.
articulation makes the figure
Yeah.
superposable.
I don't know, mostly because I haven't tried out the figure. So
Well,
I can't really say
it's
what
very
you're trying to
smooth
say.
and it has very good articulation. Like this joint, the joint that makes the arms pop off all the time, is because his arm can go up and down, but it also has a butterfly joint, so it can go like that. So that's really cool. So you can have like the arm go out like that if you need to with the butterfly joint, because you're able to move the arm up and down like that. So the arms are really posable at the shoulder, which is really nice the way they've engineered the shoulder joint there. The head is as posable as it can get with all his hair there. He doesn't have like a mid-torso swivel, but he does have a ball joint at the waist, so that's nice. Legs, I think, are drop down, so they can kick up a little further than if they weren't, maybe. So there's that. And the rankles are on Ockers. Ankles are on rockers, so that's nice. And he has a toe pivot, so you can break his toes if you want to. So yeah, very posable, and it's all very smooth and very pleasant to pose this around. I'm not worried. I don't feel like I'm worried about breaking it. I mean, I'm still trying to be careful with it, of course, but I'm not as worried about breaking this because it doesn't feel like the articulation is like brittle and stiff. So that's a plus. And he does come with a lot of little display options when it comes to the hands. And he doesn't come with an alternate head, though. Unfortunately, there's no alternate head that could possibly terrify me. So it's just in my imagination. Do you want to pose him?
Sure. I don't really
You're
have
better
any
at-
ideas as of yet.
We'll figure something out. So, I did want to do size comparisons.
Yeah.
Thanos. We already did one with the other Loki. We can have him next to Thanos there. He's very small, but I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So you can have Thanos killing him. Oh, do you want to let Jasper out so Paul can find him?
Okay.
Our brother's home, so he's looking for his dog, who was stuck in our room. Yeah, this Thanos is also awesome. I've never reviewed this on the channel, but really great Thanos figure. So there was him next to Loki. This is the only Thor I have, is the Marvel Legends Endgame Thor. I really like it. I think it's a great figure. It's my favorite look for Thor from the MCU. So we have that size comparison, which is pretty good, but Marvel Legends is just, it's not just taller, it's just bigger. I feel like the scale of the figures is just bigger overall and slightly taller. So, but I'm definitely going to try to fit him into my Marvel Legends display since I don't have any other MAFEX stuff. I'll probably throw him somewhere like by Black Panther over there, since you can see it, Sam.
Yeah.
He'll fit over there somewhere. His arm just fell off again.
Yep.
That's the most annoying thing about this figure, is the arm falling off. But yeah, I'll let you pose him now that we've done our little size comparisons, and I could talk about some of my other notable recent acquisitions, since I was going to save some for this stream, but I opened all of them because I am impatient. So we've got, to get the worst one out of the way, I just wanted to have something else MCU, since it's kind of an MCU oriented stream.
Yep.
So we've got Agatha Harkness. I really wanted the Agatha Harkness figure pretty much ever since WandaVision finished airing, and it's a great looking figure. It just doesn't come with any accessories, and it can't pose at all because it's just all plastic. It's all made of plastic, so it's a traffic cone. So pretty much just pose her arms the way you want it, and then boom, that's your pose. Because you can't pose her head either because your hair is too big. But good figure, other than the fact that you can't play with it at all. And also got this Moon Knight. Picked this up at Target. There's one left. Fantastic figure. I love that he comes with the little mini crescent darts, and he comes with the normal sized ones. Normal sized ones as well. Very poseable and very cool. You can tell he's an older figure though, so I'm pretty sure he's reused an old like Moon Knight figure or something, because he does have pins in his joints, so you can tell he's an older figure. But very cool. Comes with two different heads too. So he has this, the white mask, and then he has the black one, which I actually like better. It looks like his face is like in shadow underneath the hood. So I really like that. I really enjoyed this, and I've been wanting to get around to posing this a little bit more, maybe taking some photos. And that would be fun. But yeah, great Moon Knight figure. Really enjoy it. I like how simplistic it is. I haven't read any Moon Knight comics. I've just seen the Moon Knight show, but can't go wrong with a cool Moon Knight figure. So I'm really enjoying this one, and I'd highly recommend grabbing that if you see it in a Target. And as far as Star Wars, I got Cab Vanth. It took me a long time to get this. He's one of my favorite characters from Mando, and it took me forever to finally get this figure. I got him when he was on sale for like $20 or something. Good likeness. I love all the detail on the armor as well. And he also has this helmet, which sucks. That's the only reason I brought it here for the stream. It does not fit over his head. His hair's too big and the helmet's too small. He's literally got a beard. He looks like a bearded Boba Fett with the helmet on. It's so weird. What's up, Enviro Earth? I haven't ever seen you before, but it's good to see you in the stream. New viewers always good. So yeah, pretty good figure, but yeah, helmet was pretty disappointing because I was wanting to display him with the helmet at least from time to time. So the fact that it doesn't really fit on there all the way, pretty disappointing. But yeah, there's Cobb Vanth. Very good figure. I kind of have him like shooting from the hip there with his pistol. He also came with a rifle, which I didn't bring over here. But he does come with the rifle, which is pretty cool. And then for TBC, I finally got Hunter. It took forever for Entertainment Earth to fulfill my pre-order for this. I feel like people have had this Hunter for forever. But I finally got this TBC Hunter figure. Pretty amazing. I love how when you... thank you. Thank you, Enviro Earth. I appreciate that. And when you put the helmet on, it doesn't like look too big or just not fit on his head like Cobb Vanth. It actually fits with the rest of the figure, which is pretty cool because it is a removable helmet. It's not a swappable helmet. So they managed to make a removable helmet work on the figure. He comes with his dagger. He comes with his like short rifle. Also has a very good head sculpt. Got kind of a little bit of a Tamara Morrison likeness going on there. If only the camera could pick it up. But you guys have probably seen pictures around for it. Bruh, who's this chump? Green couch pumpkin. Goofy like Minecraft profile picture. Bet he doesn't even play Minecraft anymore.
Probably just Fortnite and stuff, right?
Something like that. Should be called Fortnite Pumpkin 22 because he's not as good as he was when he was 23. I think he already left. We just lost a viewer. That was our brother, by the way. We're not just bullying him for no reason. We're bullying him because we're family. I'm twice the gamer you're 11.
Well,
oh, boy, that is a good point.
Okay, he's supposed to be throwing the second dagger, so it's probably.
Oh, that is dope. It's probably not going to hold up if you try to hold him up.
Yeah. Maybe just leave him here and then we can get a picture of it later.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah. Or we could just take the camera, point it over here.
Then we have to set the camera back up again.
That's true. And it doesn't stay on there very well. But yeah, this Hunter figure is really great. I've really been enjoying that. I haven't seen Bad Batch season 2. I saw a couple episodes from it. I really liked both episodes I saw, which were the Outpost with Crosshair and Mayday. I think that clone's name was. That was a fantastic episode, and the one with the sushi. I really enjoyed that. I don't know why. Like, it wasn't that good or interesting. It was just fun. Just fun little filler episode. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the episode after that seems like the start of a new season. I'm actually wondering if that was supposed to be the end of the season, and then the third season was going to start there, and then they changed their minds later, because the episode right after that is like the classic season opening where you're like, you just see the setting, and then you see like one or two of your favorite characters, and then the rest of them get reintroduced throughout the first few minutes.
Right.
So that was interesting. I don't think it's not one of the ones you watch, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
I kind of get what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
That's what the episode right after that felt like. Was like was like they had planned for that to be the end of the season, and then they were like, no, that wouldn't be a very good cliffhanger. People would think the series was over.
Right. Hunter. How does he know we have that clip?
What?
So Couch Pumpkin says, also the Hunter fig is dope. I really like Hunter. He's the best besides Echo. Echo is great. He has a character. Yeah, right. You like him for his character arc. Right, Paul. His character arc. That's why you like Echo so much. Also, I just wanted to say...
Thank you for summing that up.
You're welcome. So yeah. I do enjoy this Hunter figure a lot. I haven't posed him much, and I don't really have room for him on my 3 3/4 inch display right now because it's just so full. I've been needing to get another shelf. Every time I get a TVC figure, I'm like, I don't have room for this, and then I find a way to get room. I'm not going to try, because every time I add a new figure up there, it's an avalanche. An avalanche of 3.75 figures falling on my Black Series figures, and it just takes hours to set it all back up. So I just haven't even tried to set this guy up on the display yet. But that means I've been able to have some more fun posing him. And it was easy for me to get him down here for the stream, because I didn't have to sabotage my whole display for it. And then last recent acquisition that I felt like mentioning, Ahsoka from Clone Wars. Really great figure. I've been wanting them to make this for a long time in Black Series. And yeah, it's really well articulated. Fantastic detail. Looks like you just took Ahsoka right out of the show, and here she is. So yeah, really great figure. Great sculpt. The lightsabers are a little oversized. She's also a small character, but I feel like the lightsabers are a little big. Like, they could have made them a little smaller.
Right. Like, they kind of just took the standard lightsaber.
There's the dog. Yeah. You don't have to let him in if you don't want to. He'll get over it. There's other people there. We're not the only ones home. But yeah. Good figure. I don't have the one from Clone Wars Season 7 with the blue lightsabers. That one looks pretty good, but it's pretty hard to find now. So we'll see if they re-release that.
I'm still
if
a
they
little
make
bit
new one,
confused about the blue lightsabers.
They just wanted it for the marketing.
Yeah.
It's a new season of Clone Wars. We need to have Ahsoka in it, and she's going to have a new look, so she's got a blue outfit and blue lightsabers now.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason. So Anakin was just like, he just like had her lightsabers, and he was just like, I'm so bored. It's not like I have a war that I'm fighting right now. I'm just so bored. I'm going to switch the crystals just to make them blue. I just want to make the crystals blue now. There you go, Ahsoka. Why was she not confused? Like, why did you do that? I liked them when they were green.
That's kind of what her expression looks like, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's because of like how they interact together. It's like, that's kind of like, so I might have improved them.
Yeah, it's like, really improved. Yeah. I haven't posed this one much. I put her up there next to Clone Wars Anakin. They look great together on the display. Really cool. I might want to do some like photos like from the Ahsoka show, like some of the flashbacks and stuff, or just some cool Clone Wars photos.
Well, I mean, I guess you probably would have to have it be fuzzy backgrounds because you don't have real backgrounds.
Yeah, no, I don't have the fog though. Fog and a purplish orange background for that photo.
One was purple, one was orange.
They were both
It's not
purplish orange.
No.
Yep, I've seen the clips. I've seen the episode. I've seen all the clips a million times. It always looks orange or purplish orange in all the clips.
Well, one's supposed to be purple and one's supposed to be orange. So
Coleshaw has returned. Somehow Coleshaw returned. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed dinner. And somehow we're still here. Time flies so much when we do these.
he's the only one here.
He's the only one here? Yeah, Paul must have left too. Yeah, you're back. Not much has happened. Sam posed Loki. We talked about all my other recent acquisitions. I can do a quick recap, I guess. I mean, I've had a lot more than just these, but Paul's still here. Okay, never mind.
Oh, he must have just gotten back because it was down to 1.
Oh, okay. It was down to 1 for a little bit, but now he's back. But yeah, these aren't all my recent.
And thanks to whoever the third one is.
Nice name drop. What, did you not want us to dox you? His name is Paul Smith, and he lives on 1234 Cherry Tree Lane. I don't remember what the address was in Mary Poppins.
Oh, me neither.
Watch the language. I'm gonna have to moderate you. But yeah, so these aren't all my recent pickups. It's just the ones I felt like mentioning. This one just because there's MCU stream. We got Traffic Cone Harkness. We've got Target exclusive Moon Knight, the retro card, great figure. TVC Hunter, fantastic. Soga, Cobb Vanth, and my favorite one, Bearded Boba Fett, and that's it. Face blue wide eyes. Maybe we have to actually look over here. Oh, okay, there it is. We can't see it on StreamYard. StreamYard, you need to get this together. We need to be able to see the YouTube emojis. But yeah, that's all the recent pickups, but I had one more thing. I recently weathered my first big Buzz Lightyear from the Spotlight series. I always loved this figure. I thought the sculpture were really great, but I hated how just bland it looked because it had like no weathering, no dry brushing, no anything, no hardly any paint. It was just looked really lame. I have all the Marvel Legends and Black. Yes, I do really like Traffic Cone Harkness, but there's just nothing you can do with her. You can move her arms and that's it. It's like, there you go. She doesn't even come with effect pieces. It's like you could have just recolored like the, same ones you use for everything else. Like, they've used them for like Ghost Rider, Human Torch, Wanda from WandaVision, Scarlet Witch. You could have just like recolored those purple or black or something and given them to her, and that could have been great. But yeah, but I'm still happy to have it because I've been wanting Agatha for a long time. Gave her the Darkhold.
Nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't have that figure. I don't have the Multiverse of Madness Scarlet Witch because I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness. And should I talk about why I haven't seen Loki yet?
You were busy?
That, and I'm not really into the MCU anymore. That's the main thing, is I'm just not really compelled to watch new MCU stuff. I really love the first season of Loki, and I'm sure I'll get around to watching the second one just because it's Loki. But I just haven't really felt compelled to watch a lot of the new stuff. I saw Across the Spider-Verse, but it is good. We got 2 fake fan comments. And yeah, you guys are right. I'm a fake fan. But I'm a fake fan of pretty much everything MCU onward because I'm just not really a fan of it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of lost my interest. It's not like I didn't hate Phase 4 or anything I saw from Phase 5.
Right.
It just didn't really grab my attention the way the older stuff did. Yeah. That's all. But I'm sure I'll get around to watching Loki soon. And Across the Spider-Verse wasn't technically MCU, but it was really, really good. Really liked that.
Or was it?
Everything's MCU at this point, okay? Disney's going to own everything and connect everything with the MCU. So everything's just part of the MCU. If you say you're an MCU fan, that just means you like movies. Jasper's at the door again, but we will not let him in. Paul, soothe Jasper. He wants attention. I know you're here. But yeah, fake fan, I know. I'll get around to it. I'll watch what I'm interested in. I'm just not like following everything MCU. And yeah, I've had a lot more on my plate lately. Been kind of busy, but I just name dropped Jasper too. Oh no, what am I doing?
We've said Jasper before. This is the first time we've said Paul.
That's true. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's Dave Filoni's movie that they're talking about. Is Secret Wars, and they just can't tell us what it is.
It's like the day before Avengers Secret Wars drops, they announce the director. It's
Dave Filoni. I would be so down. Oh man, that would be funny. I mean, oh no, what if
he gave us Jasper?
he gave us Jasper?
I think you dropped.
Yeah, I dropped like one of the little clear things. I'll get it.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it.
I can't see it. It's invisible.
I didn't know what it was. I was just like, you dropped something. I was gonna say one of his daggers, and I'm like, no, I think I see all his daggers.
Mm-hmm. That sounds so awesome. Sam, you need to draw that.
Oh,
That's
but
your
you
channel
mean,
art.
You mean Tom Holland, right?
Oh,
Tom
I don't know.
Holland, Nathan Drake?
I mean, I hope not.
Because that would be, I mean...
No, real Nathan Drake.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying there is an actual Tom Holland, Nathan Drake. So
That is true. We need to see Tom Holland, Nathan Drake meet Tom Holland, Spider-Man. I would love that. That would be funny. Because they're the same character.
Right, that's why I was asking if that's who he meant.
Mm-hmm.
And also because we were talking about movies, not video games.
Right. No, he was just dropping some things that we know we're both
Right.
mutually
Even
interested
though... Okay, yeah.
I'll allow Tom. Feels weird, but I'll allow it. It's another clip. Every time I make a quote, I'm like, I need that clip. But yeah.
Original Nathan Drake, obviously better. I was just...
Right. But yeah, you need to draw that. Doctor Strange portal, Nathan Drake, writing Toothless.
Okay.
Take all the creative liberties you want. That's all I'm going to give you. I can't remember what the last thing I gave you was. I gave you a concept for a drawing.
I don't think I drew it, did I?
What was it? Do you remember
I
what
don't
it was?
remember, but I know whatever the last thing was that you asked me to draw, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry.
Because I don't even remember what it was. So I can't be sad that you didn't draw it if I don't know what it was. But it was probably funny. But I can't remember.
Probably.
But it's okay. Yes. Any ideas Zooboy has, you can draw. Cool. Just keep giving us ideas. And yeah, I was talking about this. I forgot. But yeah, I weathered him up with the Citadel Nuln oil that we've used, Paul and I have used for painting Star Wars Legion miniatures. So I weathered him up with that, but first I put dry brushing. So I used some Citadel, I can't remember what exact shade of silver it was, but it was some Citadel paint that was silver. And I went over like most of the outfit details, trying to get some silver dry brushing in there just to make it look a little more gritty and weathered the way it did in the movie. Should invite to the cord.
What cord?
The Discord. I already told you should make a Discord. Oh, you have one now.
Yeah. It has my real name.
That's okay.
And I use it for, like, friends, so I don't really want to, like, change it for YouTube.
So, some good. I have some really good ones I can recommend that you probably won't want to buy, but I think they're... What brand were they? Let me find them. Rune Fang Steel. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's what the silver was called. It's a good paint. Good silver paint. So yeah, that's what I used to weather over most of the outfit details. It doesn't show up on camera, but I'm super happy with how it turned out. I think maybe I went a little heavy on the dry brushing on like the upper torso. But other than that, I think it just looks so much more like how he looked in the movie. Because I just love that movie and I love the style of it. Because it just feels so lived in and gritty. And the figure just didn't look that way. So I fixed it. So yeah, let me find those Buzz and Woodies that I know you're not going to buy, but they look awesome. So I can't remember what they were called. Like Ultimate Buzz and Woody. Ultimate Toy Story. There they are. So they're Metacom, and they're extremely expensive. But I will link it in the chat. The Woody. You can see what I'm talking about. You will see, Zooboy. You will see how much it is. I'll link the Buzz as well, because I think they're just worth looking at. Like, I've just seen these and like, wow, those look cool. Like, for Toy Story fan, these would be like the ultimate versions. That's why they're called the ultimate figures. Is because, yeah, they really are the ultimate versions, but you have to be rich to afford them.
Button or
maybe? I think he can. Or at least get close.
Huh?
The arms kind of pop out of their
right.
joints.
I
That's the
actually
only way to
remember
do it.
seeing. I actually remember seeing these now.
Yeah, I think I showed you them. But yeah, that's the only way you're going to get a figure to do that. Because the way it actually probably worked when they were animating the movie was they probably had to have
they
it
just
go
clipped
through.
it in.
Yeah, and you couldn't tell because $435. They look incredibly good, but yeah, you gotta have some dough to drop on those, and I don't have that much. But yeah, I saw like they sent me like a newsletter for it, but yeah, for Buzz. Yeah, I mean, I think he has more detail than Woody. I think that's the main thing. But yeah, I think if you were a rich guy who loves Toy Story, go for those. But I'm not that rich. I can't afford those. But I would love to have them. If some like crazy rich person was like, hey, I'll buy you something because I won the lottery, I'd just be like, okay, you can buy me these. That's what I'd go with. I don't have a place to put them, but I'd figure it out. But yeah, those would be like the ultimate because they're just like a replica of the character.
Yeah.
Concerning the character is a toy, it's like you make like the ultimate version of that character. It's literally just gonna be them.
Woody is stitched and everything too.
I think so. Yeah, he's just articulated underneath the stitching. Yeah, be dropping $1,000 on 2 Toy Story figures, but they are 1-to-1 scale, like replicas of the characters. That's what makes them so expensive. I'd love to see like a scaled down version though. Like if they made like a 1/12 scale. Obviously, 1/12 scale would be tiny, but like this size. Here, I'm gonna. This size.
Careful not to drop his knife. That was hard to balance.
Here, this is Sam's. He did. He's kind of throwing the knife out. It's very cool. All right, that sounds awesome. Just start scratching those lottery tickets, man. I'll do the same, and then we can buy Buzz and Woody. That'd be awesome.
And it did kind of get bumped a little, so I'll just be doing this for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Probably.
Jasper, do you want out now? You need to make up your mind. Forgot I had my phone in here. I think someone. Is Jasper in there? Oh yeah, he asked if Jasper was in here.
Probably like before we let him out.
I would assume so, because you just put him in here. I didn't know there's Jasper in there. Yeah, you put him in there. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's a great question. Do you want to tell him, Sam? I think I have one of them on my display, which is the Akbar, because I think that one's fantastic. The Han Solo didn't want to stand up, and it honestly didn't look very good, so I just kind of put him in a drawer.
I took Lando, Rose, and Ray, and they are in frame in my video.
Yeah, so if you want to check out the video.
They're very far away and fuzzy though, so it's not.
They are there though.
But yeah, they are there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's done some cool poses with them. He definitely did better. Like, you can't even see my Akbar from here. Well, you can if you know where he is. He's like behind some of my other TVC stuff.
Ha! That's even better than it was before, I think.
What do you mean you're going to go to Twitch? What are you talking about? I don't know.
What do you think, dude? I think that turned out better than the last one.
Yeah. Oh, and I have the... These are epic. They have first
Blu-rays.
movie. Yeah, the Blu-rays. They have DVDs
You don't
in
have
them
a
too.
Blu-ray player up here.
I know.
Yeah,
But they do come with DVDs. So
Forgot
it's nice
they
to
did
have them all up here.
that.
So yeah, we have Dragon 2. And then probably my favorite one was this. I think this looks really cool. I like the metallic slipcover it's got. Yeah, I wanted to display these. I just don't have a spot, so I just kind of got them sitting here on my bookshelf area. But yeah, I also found it odd. I don't know if I ever pointed this out to you. Did you ever notice where it says "How to Train Your Dragon 1" specifically on the side? I thought that was interesting.
That just makes the last one
They should have called it How to Train Your Dragon 3. I think How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World is a cool title, but yeah, it's a great slipcover. It is really cool. I have like an Infinity War one that's
especially
similar.
if you're gonna call the first one 1.
Yeah, well, they don't actually. It's not the official title of the movie. It's just
it's on
like
the
this
case.
one case that has that. I don't know if any other Blu-ray release would have that on the side. But yeah, it's great to have these. I actually haven't watched any of them yet, but yeah, didn't notice that. Yeah, I wonder if it's like the rare version. I don't know. Probably not. Then I would feel bad about you guys sending it to me. But let me put it over here with like my 2 other movies I have there: Monsters Inc. and Adam Sandler's Pixels. 2 cinematic masterpieces, other than Pixels. Well, Pixels can be honorary cinematic.
In its own way.
In its own way. In its own horrible way. We spent so much time talking about that movie. We used to love that movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but never seen Pixels? Go watch it. Sit through it. You have to watch the whole thing. We loved it as kids. And it doesn't hold up as well, but I do think it's fun. So you might enjoy it. But that's one of the ones I happen to have up here for some reason.
That's how it goes with Adam Sandler. You might enjoy it, or it's gonna be awful.
You might get a kick out of it being awful.
That too.
That's the main thing. It came out
Kind of
don't
how
have
it is.
but I have it right here. I don't even know why I have this in here.
It's pretty cool effects. It might be because all the effects are in pixels.
Oh, the CGI is great.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that. When did this come out? 2015. So it's fairly recent, but not like it just came out or anything. Yeah, here it is. Same DVD we've had since we were kids. Man, we used to watch this so many times.
Yeah.
It was like one of the few PG-13 movies we could watch. I think that was why. Yeah, I think
it was the first one we did watch. That we knew, at least.
No, I think
Kate
it's
and
Lord of the
Leopold,
Rings.
I think, actually. I think we watched
I don't
Kate
think
and
we
Leopold.
watched that before we saw Pixels. I don't know. Anyway, came out like 2015. Also, I wonder how Zuboy would feel about the. I guess I won't spoil it, but I don't know how he'd feel about the certain scene with the PlayStation 4. How he'd feel about how they talk about a certain game that may be playing on the PlayStation 4.
I didn't even know it was specifically the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, he had a PlayStation 4 and a specific game that Zuboy is probably familiar with in some capacity. What am I drinking? My new favorite kind of sparkling water. Last time I had LaCroix, I have upgraded. This is so much better, and the only difference is it has like agave nectar in it. That's it. But yeah, it's liquid death water. It's very intense packaging, but it's just water with natural flavor and agave nectar in it, and it's super good. It's better for you than soda and stuff. Liquid death is liquid life. I think it's called that. Oh, your dad does. That's awesome. He has good taste. Yeah, a lot of my coworkers like it too, so I'm always buying it when I'm there. I bought 2 yesterday when I was at work, so I would have some for my weekend, which it's my weekend right now. That's why I'm able to stream. So yeah, I always enjoy buying them. I tried like the iced tea ones when we were on vacation. I tried like it was like the Arnold Palmer iced tea one. It was pretty good, but it tasted kind of odd mixing like the liquid death with iced tea flavor. It was strange. Paul got the peach one. He said it was also kind of strange, but it was pretty good. But I prefer just like the water kind. That's just me. I haven't ever tried like just the plain water, but I've had water before, so I kind of know what liquid death plain water would taste like. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm surprised how popular they are. But they're good. They're good. So like, yeah, if anyone's looking for like a healthy alternative to like soda and stuff, they're definitely worth it because they actually got flavor and they taste pretty dang good. So anyway, totally derailed the stream again, but that's what streams are about. That's the fun of it.
Yeah, it's about derailing.
Yeah. I'm gonna move my phone out of the way.
I
so it's not
just
distracting.
noticed that the traffic cone Harkness has actually has her feet have holes in the bottom for pegs.
Yeah, as if you'd need them. As if you're ever gonna have a problem with this figure standing up. But I think they're just reused from another figure. That's probably why.
Probably.
there's no reason to sculpt new legs for a figure you're never gonna need. That's what Paul said. He said it's just a strange sensation just drinking just straight water from a can. But I haven't tried just the plain water kind. But yeah, I imagine that would be quite strange. But I like the sparkling waters. My favorite is probably this one, the lime flavor, but I do also like the berry and the mango. Those are also good. I haven't tried the melon one, though, because we don't have the single cans at our store of the melon, and I'm not going to buy a whole case of something if I don't know if I like it yet. So that's how I feel about it.
I know I said I thought it was just like perfect way to pose it, but then I kept looking at it like, no, it needs to be just a little different.
I'm opening up the Tesseract. I'm gonna try to turn it on. I haven't turned this thing on in forever, like since I got it. But since I have it over here and we're on stream, I thought I might as well. Where's the button? Oh, there it is.
That is very bright, by the way.
It is?
Yes.
The cosmic cube. All right, this is an interesting question. What do you think, Sam?
I don't know.
I'd say I have
just
more
have fun.
experience, but Sam has more patience. Because I have a few more figures than he does. Just a few. But yeah, he puts like a lot of time and thought into like every one of his poses, and I like put a little bit of time and a little bit of thought into every one of mine. It's only when I'm like taking photos or something that I put like a lot of thought into how I pose something, but I always try like really hard to make it so that it's like naturally like expressing the like emotion of the character, I guess. Like I want to look at it and not just have the figure look like the character. I want it to be posed in a way that's like believable, like the character would be. So that's kind of what I do when I pose figures, is just try to convey the same attitude or emotion that I know the character to have through whatever pose I can do. But I don't always take like the most time. But like my Qui-Gon pose is one of my favorites because it's like just like the pose he does in Phantom Menace where he has the lightsaber up next to his face. I really like that. Like Dooku, I've got him like holding the saber in front of his face. Like he does in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, but when I have an idea for a pose, I just like, yeah. And that is a really, really good Tesseract.
It is. But yeah, what were you going to say?
Like me when I'm posing, I just like, I have the idea and like, it'll take me quite a while to come up with an idea. Like when Ben handed Loki to me, I was just like, for a while, just kind of fiddling with the arms. And then once I got
this
the
for like a
idea.
studio light, if we like put it there.
Yeah,
it is very bright. Look, I'm just holding pure light.
As far as the camera is concerned.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Miles Morales pose, it's like I didn't really know how to pose the figure.
Yeah,
I was just like, I want this pose to happen. And so I spent the entire stream just like with him just falling over so many times.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've never really wanted to get into 3D printing. Like, it's cool what you can do with it, but it's like, I don't really want to spend all the time to do that.
Personally, trying to do what?
3D printing.
Oh.
I mean, it's really cool what you can do with it, but I'm not really someone who's like into the like diorama and like world building aspect of things. Personally, I'm more into just like the characters. That's why I like the action figures. It's like, of course, I love the world building when I'm watching the movies and stuff, but that's not like my focus when it comes to collecting. I've always just like figures, you know, like in the characters themselves on the shelf. Like that's all I really need.
Yeah, and that's why you don't army build.
Exactly. Like that's why I'm not like getting 1,200 different stormtroopers, because I'm not trying to like build out the world of, you know, like, oh, well, in Star Wars there would be 1 million stormtroopers. It's like, well, yeah, but I don't need 1 million stormtroopers on my shelf when I could have other characters represented there. Like I just want to have like a visual representation of the character on there that I can play with and, you know, own. Like it's just cool to have like the like physical visual representation of a specific character. I think that's what draws most people to action figures and collecting, and I think that's what draws kids to it too. Is just being able to play with their favorite characters in toy form. All right, I ever backed HasLab? No, for 2 reasons. 1, they cost a lot of money. And 2, it's way too much drama. It's just ridiculous. It's like people just see this big event happening. They're just like, hey, look, you know how we normally like complain about toys for no reason? Look, there's a big, expensive toy event that's happening. Let's complain about that even more. It just drives me absolutely nuts. I hate it. And yeah, that's the main reason I haven't backed one. But it's also just like they're really expensive and I don't really have space. And a lot of times it is like a vehicle or something. So it's about like the world building. Once again, it's not really what I'm into. So yeah, it's just hasn't really been my interest. So when everyone's always talking about, oh, what's the next HasLab gonna be? It's like, I don't know. I don't care because I'm not gonna back it. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that subject. I tried to get like the pulsating lights on because I know there's a way to do that, but it's not quite the same. I think it is pulsating a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
But like sometimes you can have it like fade in and out completely, I think. But I don't hardly ever turn this thing on. I just have it like on top of my dresser up there.
You use it as a paperweight.
Not dresser, it's a shelf. Why did I call it a dresser? I use it as a paperweight.
No, you don't. But you could. That would be fun.
I use all my other Infinity Stones that I have, just lying around. I use those for paperweights, but Tesseract I just leave up there. Not even use it for anything. Okay, so speaking of HasLabs, Zuboy, did you back the Rancor or any of those other HasLabs, like the Robbie Reyes, like Ghost Rider car? Oh, he's probably already answering. Oh yeah, Ghost. I forgot about the Ghost. The Ghost was cool, but once again, I don't need something that big. I don't have room for it. I don't need a ship. That's not really my deal. But yeah, for like big Rebels fans, like that was a pretty big deal. It's pretty cool. Giant Man. Yeah, Rebels is great. I haven't rewatched it recently. We tried like before Ahsoka came out, and you watched all of it. I watched like a few episodes of it, and I thoroughly enjoy Rebels. Like I could watch any episode of Rebels just popping on, and I could just enjoy the crap out of it. I love that show, but I just didn't finish rewatching it because it gets to a point for me where it starts to feel like a chore when I'm like, oh, I have to catch up on everything before the next thing. That's part of what got me out of the MCU. Is like, well, I haven't watched an MCU thing in a while. Should I rewatch every single MCU movie before I go watch, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? It's like, I don't know. I think that's kind of what's killing them too.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, by the way.
Well, I watched it.
I know. I mean, you don't have to rewatch everything before it. Like, basically, Endgame is as far as
the Jurassic Park thing.
Oh wait, no. Actually, Endgame. Okay, never mind. And the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, they do have a lot that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you really don't have to unless you actually care about what happened in between.
Right.
But it's like, for the most part, I can't think of any reason to go back. Like, there's a couple tiny details, but it's like if you're following Guardians of the Galaxy, one detail's already gonna be sorted out before you get to that movie.
Right.
And then another detail is just like, if you want to know, you're gonna go find out. So,
right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, like, watch up to Endgame and then Volume 3 if you're interested in the Guardians movies, but not the rest of the MCU.
Right.
Then yeah, you don't really need.
Here it is. Here's the hot take.
I've heard the hot take before.
I know. Sean Chandler it's one of his big hot takes. I kind of agree. I actually saw Guardians 2 before I saw Guardians 1.
I saw Guardians 1 first. I don't know how that happened. Like,
I think when you guys watched it initially, I didn't for whatever reason. And then yeah, when we watched Guardians 2, I thought, oh, this is pretty fun. The main thing I didn't like about Guardians 2 was the way they kind of tried to shoehorn in like the Yondu being Peter's dad thing. It's like they didn't really set it up well enough for it to be like, oh, this big emotional send-off. Oh, Yondu was actually really just like his dad. It's like, really? You didn't set this up at all.
Well, I mean,
it was not earned. I don't think it was earned. I think there's a world where you could have done that plot and it could have been really cool, but it didn't feel like that was really the plan from the beginning.
I don't know. I don't think they ever tried to make it seem like he was a good dad.
Right.
Just
but... But then we're supposed to feel bad for this abusive guy for like, oh, well, he was better than his other dad who, tried to, eat the universe. It's like, well, no kidding. Anyone looks like a great dad compared to Ego, but doesn't. I just think like it didn't really feel like that was the point of the movie. And then I got to the end, it's just like, oh, this is what we're doing, really? But I always felt like that was a little weird even. But then I assumed like, oh, if you go back and watch the first one, it probably makes sense. I feel like that's probably what made me forgive it initially, like when I was younger, when I first watched Guardians 2. But yeah, once you go back and watch the first one, it's like, yeah, they didn't really set it up much. It was an odd thing to do. I think there are some good moments in that movie, though. I do overall think it's pretty good, but yeah, I think it's the worst of the three for sure. But I haven't heard like a ton of praise for it. That's the thing. So I don't know if I'd personally say it's overrated because I haven't heard like a ton of praise for it, but I didn't even know that was a hot take. It's just true. It's just objectively true. If you don't agree, you're free to leave. I'll just invite Zooboy on, and then we can just talk about why Yuri Lowenthal is the best Spider-Man. But he is. I agree. I also I like all the Spider-Man actors I've seen. Like, of course, in except the '90s Spider-Man show is pretty awful, but like Spectacular Spider-Man is pretty great. And all the movie Spider-Man, I think Toby, Andrew, and Tom are all great.
I actually stopped watching that show. I kept watching it after you were done, but then I was like, it's getting better, and then it's just like, no, dived in that, and it's to do with Peter Parker,
right?
It's like I just don't like Peter Parker in that show. It's just
yeah. I think Yuri is the best. I think it's just because he really embodies like the. I think it's not as much just his performance, but it's the way they wrote the character. It's the way he like embodies the morals of Spider-Man in such like a nuanced way. That's not like, I don't know. I don't want to crap on the Raimi movies too much because I do like them, but like it just feels like so much, especially in the first Raimi Spider-Man movie, like he's just beating you over the head with all the comic book lines and stuff. It's like, really? But yeah, Spider-Man 2 is amazing. I love that game. I'm waiting to replay it until New Game Plus comes out. I don't know if it has. It probably would have given me a notification if it had. But yeah, once New Game Plus comes out, I can't wait to replay that. But I really don't feel like re-unlocking all my gadgets and stuff again. That would suck. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 was an incredible story that just like carried all the characters forward and just such a it was amazing to me how well they managed to do it. And especially like Miles is my favorite character from that. So I guess my favorite Spider-Man would be Miles Morales. Yeah, I've been doing that, but I think I enjoy the first game more. I don't know what it is. Probably just the fact that I've played it more, so I'm more used to it. But I think the lighting and like the graphics honestly look better in Spider-Man Remastered than they do in Spider-Man 2. That's my hot take. I think Spider-Man 1 looks better than 2. At least Spider-Man Remastered does. I think the lighting and stuff and some of the textures, Jasper, don't look as good in Spider-Man 2. Jasper, do you want to come here? Come here, buddy. Come here, Jasper. Come here.
We're still here.
He's going to eat all the figures. Come here. But yeah, I do enjoy just swinging around the city. I think the swinging feels better in Spider-Man 2, and I think like the melee combat feels better. But I think the gadget combat and stuff is more fun for me in the first one. I think the just overall the look of the game is much better in the first one, and I just like it better because it's my favorite game. I didn't know you could do the $10 upgrade. That's cool. But yeah, 100% worth it. Spider-Man Remaster is my favorite game just ever. I spent so many hours on that, and it never really gets boring at all. It's just so good. I've replayed it like 7 times. I've beat all like the bases in that game like a million times. Just because I love the combat, and just swinging around the city just feels so great. Yeah, I think the first Spider-Man will always be my favorite game because I think if anything was going to dethrone it, it was going to be Spider-Man 2. And if that didn't do it, it's probably just going to be solidified as my favorite game ever. Oh, have I recommended to you the Guardians of the Galaxy game? That's another one of my favorite superhero games ever, and I think it's really, really underrated. Everyone who's played it just loves it. I know that, but I don't think enough people have really given that game a chance because it is so good.
I don't play a lot of video games, and that's one that I keep wanting to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't play video games that often. I'm getting pretty close to the end of it.
Yeah.
Combat was bad?
Yeah, in Spider-Man 2, I think he's talking about.
Spider-Man 2. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. I just think the gadget system in the first game was better because you had more gadgets available and it was easier to select your gadgets. And I think that just helps like the versatility of the combat. Because there was only like 4 gadgets in Spider-Man 2, and you had to activate them by like holding a button and then pushing a button. It just felt weird. So I think it's simpler in Spider-Man 1. I enjoy that gadget system better. But I think like the actual like melee combat and the all that feels better in Spider-Man 2. Yes, come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come here. You scared of all the wires? Hi. Hi. Do you want to be on camera? You're so cute. We have to show you to everybody. Come here. Here. I'll move all of these. Move all of the toys. Come here. Your buddy. Come here. He's still not on camera. Here he is. Let's move to voice comment. No, don't go away. We just got you on camera. He's just curious what the heck's going on with all the toys. He tripped on the Tesseract, and now he's confused. Yeah, I would love Marvel Legends figures. Yeah, I agree. I like them better than the MCU versions. It's not hard to beat MCU Adam Warlock, but
I thought he was fun.
He was fun, but
after the video game Adam Warlock,
such a good characterization of Adam Warlock in that. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say that I like them more. I know you've said that a lot.
Mm-hmm. I like them more. I just think, I don't know. I've just had more time to connect with them because you play the game.
You do have more time with them. I'll give them that, and that is very well used time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'd say they're as good, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I could.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. But once you start playing the game, like
you
get used to the fact that you are Star-Lord. It makes it more immersive. Like, you know, with the Avengers game, how you're just constantly switching through heroes just on a whim. It's like, it just feels weird. But you're able to get so immersed in the story when you just embody the character of Star-Lord rather than switching between the different members.
Yeah, like, I didn't bother trying to pick the correct choice. I was just like, Star-Lord would say, I still have feelings for you.
Yeah.
It's like, that's obviously the wrong choice.
Yeah, it's the worst thing to say in that situation. But
it's like, this is Star-Lord at the start of the game.
Yeah, and you can really feel the development too with all the characters. Is it because you spend like, it plays out not just in like the cutscenes, but like the dialogue throughout like each area and level really progresses the story and development of all the characters as well. It's really well done.
But the fact that you play as Star-Lord.
What was that sound?
That's, I want to leave the room. Why am I trapped here while you're talking to
Do you want me to
yourselves?
I can let him out.
But yeah, I bumped the table again. Loki's dagger. It's fun. But yeah, the fact that you play as Star-Lord is kind of one of the reasons why him in particular I can't really put above the MCU versions.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you kind of get to decide what he does, and they make like, and it's fun. It's not that, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying, like, him as a character, I wouldn't, like, in particular, that's like, I don't really know why exactly I can't put the others above the MCU characters, but with the
sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I do. Just realized you were eating a Loki shirt. I was like, I haven't been eating anything. I figured out what you were trying to say. I just thought that was funny. I think I've seen that happen before too. Is people like wearing got
Probably
edited to
wetting, I think, is probably what happens because R and T is right next to each other, so it's probably
Yeah.
REA.
yeah
What I don't know. WE. Sorry.
yeah, and it's that was funny. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah. Like. It's something that like with a bunch of choose your own adventure stuff. It's like, and the Guardians of the Galaxy game is probably the best version of it
Mhm.
because the story is set. You're just kind of choosing how you react to it.
And it is like an actual game. It's not
Right.
like other like Telltale games
Yeah.
and stuff where you just kind of watching a movie and making decisions.
Right. But yeah, then it also has the drawback where the character's not exactly written. Oh, it's Hogwarts Legacy. That's
Yeah.
It's like the
That's what I was
character's
thinking.
not really written, and they did a better job with Star-Lord because it's like you kind of already know things about Star-Lord, so you're able to sort of act the character rather than
Mhm.
projecting yourself. So it's better than that, even though I still think Hogwarts Legacy is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hogwarts Legacy you have to be really into Harry Potter to really enjoy that game. And I like Harry Potter, but I wasn't as into it because I'm not as big of a Harry Potter fan as you are. So it was like I played it for like an hour, and I was like, I'm kind of bored of this. Like, there's not really anything anchoring me into this and making me want to keep playing it. So I think if you're really into Harry Potter, you'd really enjoy that. Yeah, and the Avengers game definitely had a lot of problems. I will say, I've spent a lot of time on the Avengers game. I really enjoyed it, even though like I recognize the combat is so like tedious and so bad. But there's some cool like combos and stuff you can do with the heroes, but like the amount of health the enemies have and the repetitiveness and the monotonous like nature of the game flow is just bad, but it's fun.
I didn't play it. I just watched it.
Don't let Jasper.
I watched you play it, and I could barely ever tell if you'd progressed in the game.
Right, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, it gets more difficult, but it's like a looter shooter. So it's like the enemies level up as you level up. So it doesn't really increase in difficulty. And every mission is pretty much the same. Like, wander through these halls, punch these robots, punch some more robots, you're done. You know? Yeah, I haven't played the KOTOR games in a while. But yeah, right now I've been playing Uncharted 4 again. I'm still in the middle of Arkham Knight. And trying to think what else. Paper Mario. I was playing the first Paper Mario on my Switch, and that was pretty fun. I still haven't beaten that though. Trying to think of I'm in the middle of a ton of games. That's the thing. And I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well. So it's kind of been like, maybe I should finish playing Uncharted 4 and then move on to Lost Legacy. I was like, well, I could just play Mario Kart for 5 hours, but that sounds fun. So many robots. Yeah, but it's like you always knew what to expect when you go into Avengers. I played like so many missions. I wanted to get all the skins. I wanted to level up my characters as much as possible. But yeah, the way they've designed that game it's pretty repetitive, kind of tedious at times as well.
Right, because the point of it is the collectibles.
Right.
Basically, is what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
It's like
it's just trying to get you to stay on as long as possible. It's one of those games where it's like, we want you to stay on as long as possible to increase your likelihood of spending money on this, you know? But I thought the story was pretty good too. I thought it was fine. Like, there were things about it that were memorable. It stood out from other games and other like Marvel stories. I thought it was pretty good. But it wasn't anything I've ever wanted to replay again. Yeah, and the combat just was... There's some cool things about the combat. There's some awful things about the combat. It was definitely... It's understandable why people weren't into the idea of Square Enix doing a Guardians game. I thought Kamala was pretty good. I didn't think she should have been the lead character, but I think... I don't know. Maybe it was good to have a lead character that was outside of the Avengers team, so that when you have a story about bringing the Avengers back together, it's about that. And it's kind of like the idea of someone who like idolizes these heroes as a child, you know, growing up and realizing like how nuanced they are and how like flawed they are. Nathan Drake, I didn't even know that. That's cool. I always loved the Iron Man voice actor in that game. Like, you have to constantly hear all those voice lines. I mean, that's something that made that game like bearable, was the fact that you have to hear all these same voice lines so many times, because I played, the same missions over and over and over again to, unlock all the skins and stuff. And the voice acting was really good. Like, I didn't really get tired of hearing them say the same voice lines over and over again. And Iron Man, I think, did stand out as the best. Yeah, Nolan North is great. He does Nathan Drake in all the Uncharted games. He does a great job. Yeah, I'd like to see him in more stuff. Cause I didn't know he did Iron Man. I always thought Iron Man was pretty cool in the Avengers. I never knew it was him. Just leave it to Zooboy for intriguing facts about voice actors in video games. Are we out of stuff to say yet?
I think so.
I think we're winding down. What if we go to 2 hours? Let's go like 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
I'm out of liquid death too, so. Oh, wait. Favorite outfits in Spider-Man. For both of them, my favorite outfit in the first one is the advanced suit. And my favorite outfit in the second one, you could probably guess, is the advanced suit 2.0. So, with the black style. Okay, there we go. I think I'm good now. But I have a lot of favorite outfits. I think for Miles, my favorite is just his classic one. But I think the upgraded version of it with like the red stripes down his sleeves in the second game is better. I think the evolved suit was really cool. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played through the whole game. I think it was pretty cool, but I think switching it to like the white style looks so much better than it having like the gray pants and like the maroon hoodie. But I like how he has his hair sticking out the top of it, and I think it's pretty cool, unique looking suit. And I do like the, once again, spoilers, the anti-venom suit as well. But I think my favorite for Pete would be the advanced suit in the first game, and in the second one would be the advanced suit 2.0 with the black style, so the red and black one. Do you have any strong feelings on Spider-Man suits?
No.
No, kind of like Sean Chandler. I think he did a ranking. Sean Chandler did a ranking of all the bat suits in movies. He also said Spider-Man, and I just noticed. Spider-Man. It's like, anyway. Advanced Suit 2.0. I do like that, yeah. But I kind of got used to the orange of the Advanced Suit 1.0 in the first game, so I'm kind of endeared to that at this point. But I do think the new one's better. But I like the black. I like the red black. My hot take is I think instead of just doing like the Advanced Suit 2.0 with the blue as the main like suit for the game, it's to make it more different. It should have just been the black one. Like, you can switch it to the black style. I think that should have been the main suit for the game and all the marketing and everything. And that should be like the canon suit, because it looks cool and it looks different, but it looks similar enough that, it's still Spider-Man and it's still that same version of Spider-Man. But I think if you use that in the marketing, it'd be cool, because it's almost like, since it's red and black, it's almost foreshadowing the fact that he's going to go into the symbiote suit later, and it would fit with that color scheme, because the color scheme of this game is very red and black because it's Spider-Man and Venom. So I think that would have been cool. That's kind of a weird take, but I feel pretty strongly that they should have just done that. But, it's just a suit. Yeah. And you can just switch it if you want. But I think it would have been cool if in the marketing he had a red and black suit.
But that wasn't the main suit. So you're saying it should have been the main suit, and then the red and blue could have been an alternate style.
Yeah, the red and blue should have been the alternate style for it. That's what I think. No Way Home Final Swing is amazing. Or like, what did they call it? Like the new red and blue or something. And they renamed the Stark suit, which I never thought there was any problem with the name Stark suit. But they renamed it like the upgraded classic or something like that. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. This isn't an upgraded classic suit. Like, it's the suit that Tony Stark designed in the MCU. Like, what's upgraded classic about this? It doesn't make sense. I don't know what focus group came up with, like, what if we renamed this the upgraded classic? That makes sense, right? Yeah, let's do that. It doesn't make sense. And like, the name Stark suit wasn't taken by any other suit. There was nothing wrong with that. But anyway, rant over. For now, at least. I didn't even bring a Spider-Man.
There's just not enough of the No Way Home Final Swing suit for me.
That comes with this as well.
So I've got a Tom Holland figure from all 3 of the MCU ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I've got all the ones I want. It's like, what? You don't have the final swimsuit. It's like, that's like the end of the movie. That, like, if they have him in the same suit in the next movie he's in, I'll consider it the movie from the
Well, that's kind of how they did
suit
it.
from that movie.
When you think about it, that's kind of how they
Right.
did it. Was like
Right.
in Far From Home, he started out with
Yeah.
the well, in Infinity War, he started out with the Stark Tech, and then in Far From Home, he started out with the Iron Spider, and then in No Way Home, he started out with the upgraded,
Yeah.
and the Iron Spider, and for
Right.
some reason.
So like the ones that I have, and I want to like get some Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Miles Morales, stuff like that. If I am to get more figures on my own, I think I'd like want other Spider-Man figures.
Like some Across the Spider-Verse stuff.
Right.
SH Figure Arts has done some cool ones.
Yeah, I saw the Gwen Stacy. That one stood out.
Let's go to my favorite toy website, not a sponsor, but I wish it was, bigbadtoystore.com. I get all my toys from there.
Sometime you will have a sponsor if you keep this up.
I know. I am such a Big Bad Toy Store shill because they're just so good.
But yeah, like I've got the one that you gave me, the
Homemade.
Yeah, the homemade suit, which I like better than the Stark Tech one.
Yeah.
I think the hoodie is fun, and the goggles.
I want this figure. I want this one. The Iron Spider SH
Yeah, that
Figure
is
Arts.
cool. Can they see your screen?
They
or
can't,
just
but
us?
I'm talking about the Iron Spider SH Figure Arts. I want it because the Marvel Legends one looks like crap. It doesn't have like the awesome like metallic sheen.
Yeah,
this
that
one looks
is
like
cool.
it just got it right. So I'm probably gonna get that at some point.
But yeah, the other 2 I have are Night Monkey. I'm always gonna call it Night Monkey. I think they should have just called it the Night Monkey suit.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
But
Miles.
and then the integrated suit.
I love this suit for Miles where he's bleeding from his armpits. It's so cool. It's like they took like, I didn't love the one from the first movie. I thought it was pretty cool, but they took that and they just made it so much slicker.
Yeah.
It's just like the
and
simplistic like
and
slick
this
version of
is
that.
a really good figure for it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. Very posable. Comes with like the
problem
extra
is I don't
eyes.
have room for flight stands
I don't know where
in my
head's so
display.
big. Yeah, I don't either. Have you seen my display? It's so full. I like this flight stand that Loki came with. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Also, Loki doesn't really fly, so not really gonna need it. But yeah, Pile of Loot is king. Yeah, I didn't even start using Pile of Loot until recently. I think it was because they put something in my Pile of Loot because they accidentally like charged me for like the wrong shipping option. So like instead of it being flat rate, somehow the like $9 option got applied to, I think it was my Cassian Andor and B2 Emo 2-pack. And I was like, this is like $5 more than I thought it would be. And they're like, oh yeah, you had this selected. And I was like, I didn't do that. It's like, okay, we'll just put it in your Pile of Loot and then you can figure it out from there. I was like, okay, thank you. And then I was like, hey, Pile of Loot's kind of cool. What if I put some more stuff in here with this? You know, and it's like, oh, and then that was my first Pile of Loot. I had like 10 things all together. It was super fun. Right now I have like 3 things in my Pile of Loot. I have the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, the Civil War War Machine, and the Civil War Spider-Man, all in my Pile of Loot. And I have a bunch of stuff that's slated to come out this month that I'm hoping will come in by the end of this month. If not, I'm just going to ship whatever I have in there by the end of the year. But yeah, I do really like being able to like save on your shipping and you know, like hold your stuff so that you can add more to it and get it all at once. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And they pack their stuff really well. They give you little stickers. They have great customer service. They ship pretty fast. I mean, I guess depending where you are, it might be slower. But it usually only takes like a week or less for things to show up. Sometimes they get delayed. You know, that's just the way it is. I think they're the best online toy retailer. I agree, Zooboy. But yeah, we have hit the 2-hour mark. Always wait for it to expire. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, I don't like waiting. I mean, I'm impatient. So like, the less I have to wait, the better. But yeah, sometimes if I've got 2 things that I know are about to come out, you know, if like I see a lot of people posting like, hey, I just got Malgus or whatever, it's like, oh, you know, like I'll hold that in the Pile of Loot. I'll hold this in the Pile of Loot and then ship it. But now I just have it so like everything just goes in the pile of loot. Like even if it comes into the pile of loot and I'm like, oh, I want to ship that immediately, like that's fine because you can do that with the pile of loot. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna close out the stream here. I appreciate Zoo Boy for showing up. Who else showed up? Couch Pumpkin did, but he doesn't count. Thank you, Paul, for showing up. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Who else we had? We had Enviro Earth here for a couple minutes. Complimented my hair. I appreciate it. And of course, we've had just a few comments here from Zoo Boy. It's good to see you here. Always great to talk to you. And it's been a really fun stream. Thank you to all 3 viewers who are here right now. Thank you for everyone who's tuned into the stream, who's watched the replay. If you've watched all the way to the end of the replay, you are a legend. I really, really appreciate it. Nice chatting with you too, Zoo Boy. Talk to you later. And
no one made it all the way through.
No one made it all the way through?
Because Zuboy left once, and there was a time when he was the only one here.
No, I'm talking about if anyone watches the replay. If someone watched this 2-hour long replay and stayed all the way through it, like maybe put us on in the background or something. Like, I like doing that when I watch live streams. I don't know if they do that with us. I don't know if we're entertaining enough to just have on in the background all the time. But
it might be.
Maybe that's all we're good for, is just not really listening to us because all we do is ramble. But really appreciate everyone for stopping by and chatting, especially Zuboy. Good to have you here, man. And see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Also, subscribe to Sam. Just do it.